Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, day 50 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. Happy Thursday. All right. Okay. Okay, my friends. So to begin, we are going to get into our meditation routine. I will see you all on the other side. Mhm. All right, everybody, welcome back. Interesting. All right, so we just finished our meditation routine, and now we're getting into our journaling routine. Good morning, Auntie Louisa. Happy Thursday to you also. AJ, good morning. All right. Dang, we're already at day 50. Almost 2 months. Doesn't even feel like it anymore. I'll see you all on the other side. Fire. I'm telling you guys, journaling is one of the most powerful things that you can do. Meditation is one of the most powerful things you can do. It allows you to visualize yourself in a reality that is not set currently from what you're experiencing and what you're seeing on a daily basis. You are able to dream. You are able to see yourself and your family driving in that car you've always wanted. You're able to see your family sitting at the dinner table and interacting with one another in a way that may not happen right now if when you go to have breakfast this morning, or that may happen. And so you imagine and you are able to dream this continuous cycle of events and activities, and it's just the most powerful thing. um We just finished our journaling routine, so now we're going to get into our reading routine. We're coming up on the end of The Law of Divine Compensation by Marianne Williamson. It's been an absolutely phenomenal book. I've made many references to this book in my daily conversations, and it has pushed me further in my understanding of being love, giving with love, and just being anchored in love, which inevitably allows for more blessings and more miracles, to flow through you. So I will see you all on the other side. If anybody's tuned in, I'm gonna highly suggest that you stay here because this what I'm reading today is gonna be fire, or is going to be exceptional. Okay. Good morning, Fatima. Top of the morning to you. All right. So we just finished the chapter on love. On positivity. We just finished a chapter on love. This whole book is love, man. This book is wild and awesome. Okay. So I've talked to two gentlemen in the last 2 days, both who I've known for quite some time. I'll hold that thought. I'm just getting to the book. On the spiritual plane, you have no competitors. This is no competition for your position, as you are a unique expression of the mind of God. You not only have a place in the universe, you have an essential function in the universe. Only you can do the job of being you, and the universe itself is incomplete without you. Facts. Yes, to this week, I made a mention about there's people who idolize other people and they say, I want what that person has. I want the life that that person has. But the thing that they don't understand is the life that that person has potentially could have been a life of extreme sacrifice. And so it's very important, in my opinion, first off, not to idolize anyone and to create your own dream. And along with creating your own dream, one of the easiest ways to do that is to know internally that you have no competitors. There is nobody who is better than you, and you are better than nobody. When you have that perspective, and you happen to catch somebody's, what somebody's doing over here, what somebody's doing over there, then mentally you're always at peace because there's nobody, you're not competing against anybody except for yourself. Now, do I have dreams and do I have ambitions to be, to share the space with the best, realtors around? Well, absolutely. But that journey and that desire, that fire that burns within me to be number one or to share the space with, the ultimates of my industry, don't cloud my perception of self and don't cloud my confidence. Just like money in your account shouldn't define who you are or define your attitude and how you move. You already are abundant. You already are everything. So to have that mindset and to carry yourself in a way that exemplifies that mindset will only allow and attract those things to you quicker. On a spiritual plane, you have no competitors. And that means that when it comes to spirit, you are a unique you, and you are here to do whatever it is that your calling is. And so this chapter is titled Job versus Calling. Your highest function is simply to be the person you are capable of being. And from that effort, the development of your kindness and positivity, your vulnerability, your unavailability to life, your calling will emerge. So I would say that the journey to greatness is a calling for me. And the calling is actually the fact that I wish to help people step into their highest self, dive deeper into their highest selves, or be introduced to their highest selves. And one of the ways to do that, or one of the 3 ways to do that, or 4 ways to do that here, is through exemplifying meditation, through exemplifying journaling, through exemplifying reading, and then through the words from the ideas collected from myself and from the wonderful people who have written the books that we actually read. and life experiences, etc. So that's one of my callings, because obviously I'm not getting paid for this. Nobody has a checkbook, that they're writing for their BBC special. uh, so, you know, I have a ton of content, but at the end of the day, it's, I feel like I'm giving back to people, and I'm giving the most important part of me, which is me, and concepts of life, and more importantly, time. So I appreciate everybody being here, and I don't take it for granted. I love what I do. This is my calling. At least this is one of my callings. And do it to your best of your ability. Like a lot of the time we judge ourselves through our competitiveness with others based off of performance. Another reason why you don't have competitors at all is because, first off, that's a lack mindset. Because if you get into that whirlwind or that rabbit hole of, oh, I have competitors, people are better than me, I'll let your mind take it to where it needs to go, but I can't go there. But the other side of it is we can only do what we can do. And our thirst for knowledge and our thirst to do more, we have to prepare ourselves. And so ways to invest, you have to invest into yourself is what it comes down to. And you have to anchor yourself in love. You don't have to do anything. It's suggested that we anchor ourselves in love, that we give all praise to God and the universe, or the higher power, the energy, however it's defined for you. And know that, you will never fail. And a combination of all these things mixed up in a stew, I believe, is the secret to, living a very full and happy life. So do the best that you can do. That's all that you can do at that time. And then aspire to be more or be better in whatever it is that you wish to see show up in your reality. As you become who you are meant to be, what you are meant to be will fall like a path of rose petals before you. You may be thinking, I don't know what my calling is, but God does. He knows how your talents and abilities can best fit into his plan for the enlightenment and healing of all things. He knows what talents you have. He will glorify you as you glorify them. What talents you have. He will glorify as you use them to glorify him. So you get it. And talents you don't even know that you have, that lay latent within you, will emerge as you surrender more deeply to love. And that's a really incredible. I watched this Netflix special yesterday, Veer Das. I don't know if he was telling the truth or not, but one thing that resonated with me that he said was, how come we can't just be males? So I'm speaking to all the gentlemen in the room. How come we can't just be males? Why do we have to be men? Why do we have to be men? What does it mean to be a man where we always have to walk around like we're tough? Why do we always have to walk around? Why can't we cry? Why can't we, kiss our brothers on the cheek, like Italians do, and just show affection through, hugging and, to people around us that, are just family and just good friends. Like, how come we can't do that without being perceived a certain way? What about social collective consciousness says, or why does a collective consciousness say that, no, to be a man, you can't be emotional? Like, those things are really interesting. When he said it to me, I was like, man, or when he said that, I was like, that's a really good point. And that's something I've aligned with for a long time, because the change that occurred in me that really switched my whole mindset and changed the life around me entirely was the day that I practiced the art of forgiveness. The day I practiced the art of forgiveness was the day that love started to, I've always been a loving person, and like, and like a giving person, at least in my mind, ever since I was a kid, I can remember. But like buying stuff for my family, like at the little Tiger store at my elementary school, these tickets that you get for being like a good kid in school. I used to buy these little gifts, and every time I remember, I'd go to the gift shop. I'd be like, oh, I gotta buy a gift for my mom and my dad before I buy myself anything. And I can remember it like it was yesterday. and I bought my mom this cool little, oh man, I bought my mom this cool little heart that I think said "I love you, mommy" on it, and then I bought my dad something else. But I remember it was a special thing because my mom, she kept that for like forever, and yeah. So anyway, I'm over here like getting emotional. No, but my point here is that it's like but it's like why do we have this idea that all men have to be emotional or strong macho machismo men all the time? But this book is actually suggesting, like, how come we can't, pretty much how come we just aren't, pause. This book is suggesting that the more deeply we surrender to love, which is a balanced conversation of love. So there are certain times in which I'm speaking for men here, obviously. There's certain times when you have to stand firm, put your foot down, and, and assert your position. And then there's other times when you just have to walk away and put your pride down and find that balance between the two, right? But to only be this is what I'm suggesting, and just be this macho, person. I can't really make judgment on it, but this book is saying or suggesting that the deeper you find that balance and the more you get into love, where you're more, hi, welcome, soft, as some people will call it, the more soft or emotionally balanced you are, the more susceptible you will be to blessings and finding your calling, which is most important, because you're surrendering to the love of God. And when you do that, he will bless you. And like the book says, he will unlock things in you that you don't even know exist. He will build opportunities, or the universe will build opportunities for you and connect dots, put people in your life to help you see things that you have never seen. And that's powerful. Hey, D, good morning. Nice to see you last night too. Your calling is what you do, whether you are paid to do it or not. Your calling is what you have to do in order to be happy. Your calling is what connects you to your deepest self and the rest of the life around you. That's why the journey to greatness, like, it literally saved my life. And not from it just saved my life. And like, the amount of focus that this journey has provided me with, the amount of attentiveness, the amount of accuracy, the amount of intention, it has physically, mentally changed the landscape of my life. And I'm telling you this, I've done it for a year. We're in our second year, and this is certainly a calling. And it has allowed me to dig deeper into myself and shed more layers of my past that may be still trying to cling on to who I am and define who I am. And it's an absolute remarkable experience. The true you, your holy self, is beyond any limits of the mortal world. And that may be something that only you understand, or other people understand too, but only you understand what you really want to do and how big you're really dreaming. So are the talents and brilliance within you. When you dwell in that knowledge, simply recognizing and appreciating the divine spirit residing in all of us, you receive the charisma of a self-confident person. That is why I specifically say you will never fail. It's not arrogance. It's not cockiness. It is a fact that you will never fail. If you tap in to who you really are, which is the greater energy, which is the universe, which is the God within you, then you will live a life forever in a state of abundance. You will not experience suffering, period. You will never fail. And I'll let you define that how you define it, but I know what it means to me, and I don't fail ever. And have I had shortcomings? Yes. Yes, I absolutely have. There's no question about that. But at the end of the day, I will never fail, period. And neither will you, because it's in all of us. So chapter 12 was about embracing abundance. Amy Remington, good morning. Thanks for being here. As a child of God, you are inwardly abundant. External abundance is simply a reflection of who and what you are. So the things that you have right now in your life is a direct reflection of what you have in your cranium. So be mindful of the thoughts that you're producing and be mindful of the reality that you're seeing, because the reality that you're seeing can change just in a thought. But you got to ponder that thought. You have to assume that feeling, and that experience that you're waiting to show up has already arrived. There is no, oh, when I write it down in a journal and I say, oh, A, B, and C, are only 1 and 2 years away. I scratch that out and I say A, B, and C has arrived today. You know why? Because the universe is an abundant place. The universe is a place that cannot be defined by any man's mind. And so to leave the option open would mean for a miraculous event to happen. The more you're open to a miraculous event to happen in 1 day's time, in 1 second of a day, because there's that many opportunities, 60 seconds, right? That turn into a minute, 60 seconds that turn into an hour, so on and forth, times 24, times 365, times infinity. That's how many opportunities there are. So every single second of every single day, your life could change. And the biggest and most important part of that is, making sure you keep your mind focused on what it is that you want, whether it be characteristically, so who you are as a person, spiritually, what you wish to see, and or materially. You are an idea in the mind of God, and an idea does not leave its source. God is infinite, and God is love. Therefore, you share in that infinitude, and you share in that love. This is simply the truth of who you are. That is why we are powerful. That is why our thoughts can create reality. That's why we are modern day alchemists. That's why we will never fail. That's why we are all anchored in love. And to be more anchored in love only means that more miracles and more opportunity for you to give to people to make the world a better place will show up. That is that one part right there. God is infinite and God is love. Therefore, you share in that infinitude and you share in that love. Facts like that right there is the compass to everything in this life that you want. Just understanding that one fact, embracing it, and then living your life accordingly. The universe of which you are a part of is an all-loving field of miraculous possibility, not only in every instant. Well, there you go. The second thing. I don't even remember reading this part. Not only in every instant, but also moving through time. In physics terms, you're not a particle, but a wave. You are not a static being, but rather an ever-evolving emanation of the mind of God. Spirit has great plans for you, because God's mind is an eternal wellspring of infinite love. This wellspring literally never runs out of ideas. That's all I got for today, folks. Today's what, the 20th? All right. So your best you ever. So the title of this passage for December 20th is Waiting for God. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the soul who seeks him. It is God that one should hope and wait quietly for the salvation of the Lord. Lamentations 3:25, New King James Version. We human beings are so impatient. We human beings are so impatient. We know what we want, and we know exactly when we want it, right now. But God knows better. He has created a world that unfolds accordingly to his own timetable, not ours. As Christians, we must be patient as we wait for God to show us the wonderful plan that he has in store for us. And while we're waiting for God to make his plans clear, let's keep praying and giving thanks to the one who has given us more blessings than we can count. Oh, man. And that statement is Crazy. Man. Grass that is here today and gone tomorrow does not require much time to mature. A big oak tree that lasts for generations requires more time to grow and mature. God is concerned about your life through eternity. Allow him to take all the time he needs to shape you for his purposes. Larger assignments will require longer periods of preparation. I like that. I like that a lot. Henry Blackaby was the author for that passage. Building a better you. Focus, everyone. Focus. Focus. I want everybody to focus right now. These words I'm going to say. Close your eyes and just focus. Building a better you. God has very big plans in store for your life. So trust him and wait patiently for those plans to unfold. And remember, God's timing is best. So don't allow yourself to become discouraged if things don't work out exactly as you wish. Instead of worrying about your future, entrust it to God. That is why, my friends, we will never fail. Ever. Ever. We might have shortcomings, or we might have a perceived shortcoming, but we will never fail. And it's because we entrust into the universe. We entrust into God. We entrust to the higher power. We entrust into energy. And with that being said, we will never fail. So to everyone out there, I challenge you, the two gentlemen that I've spoken to, right? The point I was going to make, and it just came to me now. Those who have the power to see the unseeable will forever be successful. Those who have the power to see the unseeable will forever be successful. That means those who have the ability to see a future that hasn't materialized into their physical or material world will forever be successful. With that being said, thank you for joining me day 50 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT. We are on day 50. It's 10 days left. We're at day 60. It's 2 months out of 12. Got 10 months remaining. I will see you all tomorrow at 5 a.m. Don't forget to make today the best day of your life. And thank you for being here. And thank you for being you. Peace.